Hello and welcome to a scene for Scepter the Howling Wind, a werewolf in you set in San Diego. So today, Brett, darling Brett, is coming down for breakfast or whatever meal she chooses to be eating in the morning. And there is, no easy way to put this, a man sitting at the table. The first thing she notices about this man is that he is absolutely and completely huge. He stands well over 6 feet tall. She cannot see, though, because he's sitting down. He has this air about him, just this command and confidence that kind of rolls off his presence as he kind of looks up to her with very beautiful kind of storm gray-blue eyes. She can almost smell a scent of ozone in the air around him. And he'll basically kind of look at her and tilt his head as though he's taking her in.
Brat will look at this figure, narrow her eyes, look around swiftly, pull out her cell phone. Just nod at him, just smile tightly. One moment, and text furiously for like a couple of seconds. Then put her phone back into her back pocket. Hola, if you're looking for Yessi, he's not here right now. Can I help you?
I'm not looking for Jesse. I live here now.
Oh, you do. Okay. Well, it's got a whole go clock. I think it's like 9. I don't even fucking know. I'm still sleeping. Okay. I'm gonna make food. Yeah, 9:47. I'm gonna make food. You. What's your? And she'll like put a hand out, but then also kind of take it back. Be like, wait, do I have to offer my neck to you too? I'm not too sure what your ranking is.
I'm an Atron.
Oh shit, sorry. And she'll like legit like just kind of be like, tilt her neck up, be like, hello, nice to meet you.
He'll tap her neck once.
I didn't know that you would be coming here.
My name is Camden. Camden Monroe. Bound by honor to the people. I'm a Shadow Lord.
I haven't met many of Shadow Lords. And she kind of tilts her head. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Dazzle's the young.
So yeah, are you hungry? Sorry.
Dazzle's the young Rhea told me that you were an Aran.
Yeah, I am one of the newer Arans. Still trying to learn the ropes and stuff. Jesse's doing pretty well, but I still gotta keep studies up. I forget real easy. He's patient. He's real patient.
I am hungry, by the way.
Okay. Well, we got eggs and bacon, and we should still have bacon, if someone didn't eat before me. And we have butter and maple syrup. So I'm going to make eggs and bacon and mix them up. I don't know what you want, but I can make a second serving of these.
I would appreciate you.
Okay. But like, if it comes out bad, I'm sorry. I don't cook well. I don't cook regular food well. I usually have more spices. And she'll make her way towards like the cabinets and start pulling shit out.
When she looks in the cabinets, she'll notice that there are more spices in there now. Dazzles went shopping.
Gracias, mi madre.
Because she loves her cub.
Gracias. Never mind, Mr. Down by Honoraya, there are more spices. I can make something. And she'll like
Tamden
a bunch of
Tamden would know that was part of what they got at the store the other day.
Camden will Brad's gonna take down a bunch of spices. She's gonna look through a cabinet, grab some potatoes, go inside the fridge, grab some bacon, and start preparing. She'll stop. She'll look. I don't know if you want coffee, but like I'm pretty sure we have. I don't touch the machine because, well,
So
I don't like how he makes coffee. So if you want to make the coffee,
he gets
you can
up
make the coffee.
and it keeps going.
I don't know how to use the machine.
he gets up and it's like it keeps going. He keeps getting taller and taller and taller.
Brett's
He's
gonna
like a
hold.
tree.
Brett's gonna. In one hand, Brett has a potato. In the other hand, Brett has a peeler. And she's gonna stop and look at him. It's been not even ashamedly give him a 1 up and down. Give him 3 ups and downs. Are you serious? Okay. Yeah, feel free to get the coffee. Oh, this stupid fucking talking climate. I freaking hate this place.
Pull his hair in a loose man bun.
The fuck, I gotta be so fucking short. Just be like shredding the papas. Me like stupid fucking pizza spreading again. Shredding. I'm really good conversation. I'm like one of the coolest people I know.
He actually smiles softly and shakes his head and starts making the coffee.
Gracias, because the last time I tried to make coffee in that thing, it was like grounds everywhere. It's not like an actual coffee machine. Well, I guess it's like a gringo coffee machine. But I gotta find Yossi and tell him things and also get a legit coffee machine, but because that thing is like just water.
You mean a percolator?
See, but like to Brad, that's a coffee machine.
He'll smile. Like, again, it's that soft kind of half smile. I haven't been around a cub in some time.
I've never been around the Shadow Lord, so like it's for everyone, right?
If I'm not mistaken, I think I can see a bit of Pegasus's blood in you, though.
Oh, the Black Fury. Yes, I am apparently of Black Fury stock. I think that's what they called it. I don't know, someone, my madre or somebody's madre or something, had the Black Fury, and then I came out, and then there you go.
My mother's a Black Fury.
Cool beans.
Actually, she's an Aurum of the tribe.
They're pretty awesome. But like, I think that's just my head.
Her deed name is Strikes First.
That is such a cool deed name. You guys have such cool deed names. And she'll like wash the potatoes, start cutting them up, get a cast iron skillet or whatever kind of skillet there is. I'm pretty sure there should be a cast iron skillet because, as
her full name is actually rather impressive. It's Victoria Strikes First Monroe.
Your mom has a really cool name.
She's an elder of the people.
I should hope so with that kind of name. That's like...
She was born to the Shadow Lords, but she went to the Black Furies.
Is that like common? If you're born into one thing, but you like go for another?
Not common, but it's not unheard of.
I mean, I hear a lot of the Black Furies, and like, I want to go talk to some of them to learn more. And I know I'm like of their stock, but like, what does of their stock really mean? I've never really met a Black Fury before now, except for the one that gave birth to me, maybe, or like kin that gave birth to me. Like, it's a little weird because I don't know them, but like I'm connected to them, so it makes no sense.
The Black Furies line comes from Greece.
Yeah, I heard that. I mean, I don't see much Greek in me, but that's where it comes from.
Well, you're Hispanic, correct?
Sí, I'm pretty sure I'm full Mexicana. Pretty sure. There's like a question mark.
Many
Particularly about this place.
Many of the Greeks settled and came into the Iberian Peninsula, and then from there went to Mexico. So it's actually not uncommon to find Black Furies who are Mexican.
Los conquistadors. At least they brought something interesting along with them, other than like everything else.
I'll chuckle softly. When he chuckles, it's a little bit like thunder just rolled into the room.
Brat will finish frying up the papas and just kind of look at him and raise an eyebrow.
I'll look down at her. Not as though he does not approve of her, but as though he literally has to look down to look at her.
And there is a tiny little thing just straight up looking at him unashamed. Your laugh is interesting.
What's that?
I mean, if I could record it, I would show you. But it literally sounds like there's like those fucking things, like the little symbol thingies in like the bands you see on TV with those stupid little kids who have to wear those weird outfits and they just kind of those things.
I don't follow, but you're still amusing me.
I turned to it and she cannot amuse. It's the little symbol thingies, the clashes, whatever. It sounds like weird musical instruments, percussion or something.
I have a very percussive voice. I've been told that.
I guess. Yes. This is an accurate statement.
My great-great-grandmother on my father's side, she felt that no man was good enough to bear her bloodline. So she seduced the progenitor of our tribe.
Go, Grandma.
I consider it an ambition. I admire her.
Yeah, I mean, if you want the best, go for what you seem is the best. Never settle.
She considered herself... She never took a mate. She considered herself to be his. She lived a long, good life. There's a part of me that believes that in a way he took care of her. But
well,
because of that, I bear some of Grandfather Thunder's blood.
Which explains the cool laugh. Well, once again, go Grandma.
He'll pour 2 cups of coffee. Do you want me to address this for you?
There is a soft knock at the door.
Are we getting another visitor? Damn it, I only made 2 plates. Shit. She'll like wash her hands. Discreetly throw out the eggshells that probably fell on the floor. Like lightly shove them to the side. And then she'll walk over to like the door. Kind of jump a little to see who's over because she can't see through the fucking glass. There's no glass, never mind. She'll open it.
How tall is Brat?
Well, I'm gonna put Brat at like average Latina height, so I'm just gonna put her at like 5'2", 5'3" if she's standing really straight.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe
okay, well then she's met with a wall of abdomen in her face. Torso. And another very tall man. Not quite as tall as Camden, but almost.
Brad's just gonna stare at the musculature that she's looking at. Good morning. How can I help you? She just kind of tilt her head all the way up.
He smiles.
Are you looking for Yossi?
Actually, I'm here because of Jesse.
Your phone dings.
Brat will just kind of raise an eyebrow, feel the vibration in her back pocket, go to it as she's still looking at this man who put it in front of her face and look at the text. Oh, now he tells me, yep, you're definitely here because of Yesi.
He gives a nod and a bit of a smile. May I come in?
It would be rude to say no. By all means, come in. We were making breakfast, but now I will make more breakfast. We're in the kitchen.
There's no need for that. I already ate.
I mean, okay. But it was
Thank you.
really good.
I appreciate it, though. I mean, if you really want to, who am I to say no?
Brat will just nod because it is rude to say no to someone who offers the food cooking. Brat knows this deep down in her heart.
Yep. He
And
realizes
it's
that
like
too.
a
He's like, fine. Fine.
Camden will put
It's okay.
3 coffee cups on the table.
He'll walk in.
Brat will go back to the stove, kind of grab some more stuff, and be like, "Are we having papas?" And make some food. There's like bits of fried potato, an omelet, and in the omelet there's turkey. Like there's bacon, like strewn, and we really just kind of mashed in there.
I'm waiting to see Brad's
Because-
reaction to Jesse.
And she'll stop and just kind of look at her phone, sigh loudly.
Camden will basically kind of tilt his head and look at her and then look at that there has never been any truth greater spoken, by the way. But he'll kind of tilt his head looking at her and then look over at Hand of Isir like, who the fuck this? Like, not like that quite, but like, maybe.
New
Hello,
character.
This. You in my space.
Camden, right? We have a guest that Yessie brought over without being here. He is not
Yeah.
a local host. I will have words with him.
He walks in. Where he's in view of both of them before he makes his introduction. And he didn't introduce himself to Brat right away on purpose because he knew that there was another person in there.
Oh my god.
So he'll he's got his normal stoic look on his face. Says, I am Hand of Isir, Athro, born on 2 legs, for Seti of the Get of Fenris.
Camden Monroe. Born to the Shadow Lords, Adrin, and Moragabash. I was born to human.
Brat's gonna raise a hand. Bridget, born on 2 legs. I am a cub. I have no idea what's going on.
Asir will actually chuckle at that.
And she'll frown. Sorry, but I don't. And this is the food. Feel free to dig in.
He nods to her.
I served you coffee, honored elder.
Thank you.
We'll sit back down.
He'll sit down and pull the
Nothing.
coffee towards him.
I just have a couple of questions. Not that guests aren't great, and I don't mind cooking, but I'm sure that you have other important things to do. And Yessie, obviously, she says, glaring at her phone. I had a reason for calling you. How can I help you? Or how can we be of help, honored elder?
I am
She
simply
says with like
here.
a question mark at the end of it.
I'm simply here to hang out and get to know you and this other newcomer here.
Oh, well, okay then. If you're just here to hang out and stuff. Well, enjoy la comida. Es papas y huevos y carne. Delicious carne. And coffee. I didn't do the coffee though, so if the coffee's not good, I blame the machine.
He lets out a long sigh through his nose and smiles.
So, bound by honor, what brings you here?
I look to her. Sept.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
To this sept.
See.
My sept is the one I came from. Is getting a bit heavy under its own weight. And I wanted to come to a sept that was newer established, somewhere I could really have influence. Exactly. Make my own life here. Not basically rest on the laurels of the fact that my family took the sept that I came from. And although I don't like to rest on other people's laurels, and I certainly don't like to appropriate.
Avoiding appropriation is a good thing, always.
Hold on. But I came to this sept because I felt that it would be a good way to establish my presence without stepping on too many toes.
Well, it's interesting to meet you. I've never met a Shadow Lord that I know about. So, hola.
As I understand, there are not many in this sept.
That, and I am completely new, so I know absolutely nada. Well, not absolutely nada. I'm learning a lot, but I know there's a lot that I do need to learn still.
Have you voiced these to your den father?
Mm-hmm. And he's doing his best to, teach me everything. It's just, there's only so much information a little burn can use. Can actually understand. It's like putting too much power in an engine when you've got way too much horsepower and the turbos just can't handle it, and all of a sudden the car goes poof. So you gotta modify it a little. Add in some power more and more, just a little bit, tweak everything else, so that everything runs nice and smooth.
You can't learn everything from just one person. You have to talk to others.
And this is something I'm saying.
You also learn by experience.
Rat will nod. She did learn quite a bit on her tiny little excursion with Jesse and his pack. Something that sometimes stakeouts can be a little boring, sometimes they can be a little interesting, and sometimes some people just gotta take charge and handle the situation. This is something she did not know before.
As I have heard it, the den father is quite adept at his job.
Yes, he's doing his absolute best, and it is great.
One would expect after spending 10 years a cub that they would. But
I'm gonna say Sierra comes in right at that.
I mean,
That's cool.
let's say outside in the other place, if you go to school for 10 years, you get 2 masters and a PhD. I feel you would know a damn lot. At least that's what I think. I think it's 2 masters and a PhD. I forget. I don't even know school.
well, it could also mean that you spend a little too much time at Beta Tie spent over a keg, but A shrug.
Okay.
Asir will rest his chin on his fist, his elbow on the table.
I'll look over to him. He'll tilt his head very gently to the side and look at him politely.
He's just listening. Just listening.
Well, I don't know if Seps have kegs. Do we have kegs? I feel like that'd be a little bit counterproductive.
We're not on a Fiona sept, so no.
Oh,
You can hear the little bit of animosity for Fiona in his voice.
And
Oh,
then I'll
Teresa
sip
would
his-
love this already. Yeah, Sierra kind of, Lexan kind of sees what's going on. She's never met either of these people, but she will look to Brett. Hey, Brett, everything all right?
hello. No, everything is peachy keen. Yessie invited a friend, and we have a new member of the sept. It was so nice of Yessie to let us know. And we got breakfast. Well, there is breakfast still. I would grab some now while there's still like left.
All right, I think I'm good on food for right now. I'm sorry, I don't think I've met either of you.
I am Hand of Asir. Athro Orseti of the Get of Fenris, born on Tule. I am here. Well, I am here because
Brat's gonna kind of
Jesse
look
and
at it
Nick.
with the side of her eyes.
Jesse and Nick needed a higher ranking member of the Get of Fenris to help get Nick's daughter back. I needed a new place to go, and I have known Jesse for 20 years.
You know, little Yessie.
I do. I know him very well.
And Livis, I have a very, very serious question.
He-
This is very serious.
He tilts his head. What?
What was Yessie like as a little one? Because I swear to God, I'm pretty sure he was like a brat or like some
Well,
sort
I
of like
didn't-
rambunctious little thing.
I didn't know him as a little kid, but he was a pretty rebellious teenager from what I remember.
He's as the little teenager is definitely younger than Yessie is now. Because like 20 years is a lot. 20 years is like me.
Well, he's 36. So 20 years ago, he was 16.
Yessie's old.
He's not as old as I am, though. 20 years ago, I was almost Jesse's age now.
Ma, for reals?
I'm 52.
Mm. That's bueno.
So,
But like 60 on Yessie. Was he a pain in the ass? Was he adorable?
he smirks a little bit and he nods all of the above.
Ah, little Yessie. Okay, I'm not as annoyed with him right now.
Yeah, now that Nasir hasn't talked for a moment, Camden will look at Sierra and he'll say, Camden Monroe, bound by honor, a Ragabash of the Shadow Lords, born on 2 lands, Adrim to the nation.
And it's good to have you both here then, Ryas. I am Sierra Darcy, laced with dragons, foster and Theurge of the Black Furies, born on 2 legs.
My mother's a Black Fury.
Oh, you were of Jesse's pack. I've heard of you. It's nice to meet you.
Pleasure's all mine, Raya.
I need to take the time today to get out in the scent. Meet some people, get a feel for the dynamic of the scent.
Can I ask what your impression is thus far?
I don't think I've been here long enough to make an impression thus far. Very welcoming, I could say. Definitely. I met with your beta. He's the one who brought me into the sept. He seems a very wise and gentle man while still having an inner strength that I can appreciate. You seem to have a sept that fosters wholeness of mind and body and spirit. I feel nowadays too many septs are obsessed with perfection without realizing that perfection is unattainable.
Very wise words, Raya.
I was a Theurge at one point. I remember a thing or two.
I'll just give it to you guys because y'all can't see my facial expressions. I'm sorry. That definitely took Sierra aback. She's never met anyone that underwent the rite of renunciation.
Yeah, that piques Sear's interest as well, and he's
Brat's
interested.
probably looking a little confused. She's wondering if she remembered the terms wrong. He's
Yeah.
just like, no, I'm not.
If Bound by Honor wants to do P&E, like, I assume he's fucking stacked out for it.
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry.
Let's see. His perception empathy is actually not that high. 6 days.
No, it's not terribly high, but it's not low at the same time.
Yeah, 6 dice is nice. 6 dice is nice.
Mm-hmm. 6 dice get shit done.
Yeah, like basically it's a taken aback, not in like, revulsion, because that is one very real way Karu can react to that. Just more that's neat. Also very forward.
And Brat's also just gonna look a little confused. Because if Jesse might have not gotten to this part.
He hadn't yet. We'll say that.
Yeah. She's just like dead looking confused. But also trying to think, because she's just like, no, I could be remembering it wrong.
Oh, he'll tilt his head. And then he'll look at Sierra.
I apologize, Ryan. I was merely going to take a moment to explain to Brat what that means. Every moment can be a teachable moment.
By all means.
Por favor, gracias.
Well, essentially, Brat, there while we all have auspices that we are born under, there are some Garu that feel another auspice calls to them.
Oh.
In which case, there is a rite that can be undertaken to change one's auspice. There are drawbacks, though. So,
Okay.
anyone that undergoes it can generally be pretty assured that they were absolutely confident in the choice they made. It's not something
Yeah, I
to
can
practice flippantly.
Huh. That's really interesting. And I'm happy that you have the auspice that fits you better. I mean,
Oh, sorry, can you repeat that for me? That was very quiet.
Brat's just kind of gonna frown, but like not accepting the information, and she's gonna turn towards what's it? Bound by Honor. Be like, that is very interesting, Raya, and cool that you found what fits you best.
I'll shrug gently. It's no affront to the Theurgers. I just questioned things too much. I just never wanted to accept this is why we did what we did. Even among the spirits. My mind always challenged everything that was presented to me, so I was made to renounce.
And Brat will just kind of not accepting. I mean, to each their own in her mind. And if that is how he viewed himself, then by all means. And she'll just kind of nod. She'll distinctly point at the plate of bacon on the stove towards Sierra if she wants any, and then just continue to eat.
Asir just sips his coffee and listens.
So, as I understand it, you're Man with 1,000 Faces packmate, correct?
Yes, Raya. Yes.
Please call me Cam. Or Cam. That's fine.
We'll do that, Cam.
He'll just think for a moment. Look back at. He'll kind of casually look back at Aesir.
Asir will meet his gaze. He's relaxing and just kind of observing everyone. He's being a fucking Philodox. That's what he's doing.
I'm sorry. Hand of Aesuria, what tribe did you say you were again? Shadow Lord?
Get a Fenris.
Pardon me.
He looks slightly annoyed.
You just have an air of confidence about you. Steely control. I'm not used to seeing Infinite. But maybe that's just a Finra back from where I come from.
Where I come from, we are all proud of what we can accomplish and have accomplished. No matter what our auspice, we are the finest warriors. We don't necessarily strive for perfection, but we are very confident and proud in what we can do.
You hold yourself with such grace, one would wonder if Falcon had lost one of his sons.
He shrugs. If that were the case, I don't know. I have very strong Fenrir blood.
Not one to see that.
Brad's just gonna dead look at Sierra. She's like ping-ponging through looking between Camden and Hand of Visir. Bound by Honor and Hand of Visir, just like, and then looking at Sierra.
Sierra is low-key basically translating for Brat right now. So pretty much the whole the Falcon remark, she says, the Silverfang's tribal totem is Falcon. Silverfangs are like kingly and queenly werewolves and shit.
Oh shit. Okay.
He's saying that he's very regal.
Okay. I mean, like he's got like cool hand like the king kind of stuff.
Well, that was very quiet again. I'm sorry.
Oh no, Brad's gonna like agree and she'll like nod and be like, yeah, he definitely looks like he's like the right hand of somebody really super important.
I mean, his deed name, out of character, his deed name is Hand of Visir, which basically means Hand of the Gods.
This is not something Brat would know.
Oh, I know.
It literally sounds like Hand of a Seer.
You know, Sierra will say, "Oh, most if not all of the Aesir are war gods, even if they're not actual war gods."
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Hearing the exchange between Brat and Sierra, he gives a bit of a smile at that.
As she sees him kind of look over, she'll kind of smooth over like she wasn't just translating for Brad and just kind of wave, like realizing to speaking.
He doesn't seem to be bothered by it at all. He's more than happy to allow the cub to learn as much as she can. So, he's actually a tinge impressed that Sierra knew that. So, a very approving smile.
Sorry, I figured she'd know with the Cold 3.
Oh yeah. No, she does. Not an issue at all.
Brad's happy to learn.
He looks back to Camden and he'll say, "Except I come from is one." He kind of furrows his brow. One of rare harmony, I think, especially in this country. The Sept of Unbroken Accord. Geta Fenris and the Uktena reside peacefully and run the Sept together.
He'll blink. He blinks again and doesn't say anything. He'll just kind of sip his coffee.
I will only accept it out of character if it's the blackest coffee.
It is. He didn't season it with anything.
All right.
It's just black. Like, he'll take a sip. He's just watching us here, and there's so many words behind his eyes right now that he did not say.
I'd love to know what they are. Out of character.
Those talking the. Is he talking that good shit with his eyes, or is it something?
We're talking that good shit with his eyes.
Okay, let me be an idiot. Or is it just so blatant?
Oh, it's so blatant. Like, it's not even subtle. He's not trying to be subtle right now. Like, it's just...
Asir will actually tilt his head and say, "You have something you'd like to say?"
If I wanted to say it, I would have said it, Rhea.
He'll raise his eyebrows.
He'll shrug softly. I just had a thought.
Brat's gonna sip on that cafecito, relax.
Oh, let's see it. Oh man, out of character. I need to. No, wait a minute. Oh no.
You have curiosity.
No, I not only have curiosity, but a man's trying to look at the Black Fury like, oh no, yeah, no, she gotta call that shit. Damn it.
Well,
Sierra's gonna look over.
yeah.
And she's gonna say, well, there's very much that we say even without words, Camden.
Fine. He'll look up and then tilt his head and say, wouldn't a sept comprised of Uktena and... He'll shake his head, actually, and he'll stop and he'll say... Because he realizes he's in front of a Black Fury and doesn't say anything. And he'll just shrug.
Two Black Furies, technically.
Yeah. I'm afraid that if I say what I'm thinking, you're going to take it the wrong way. It's actually a true question towards the Uktena, but the only way that I can think to word it, I'm afraid would be appropriated to mince my words.
I mean, just do have power if you want to take a minute. Things that are said cannot be taken back.
I'm so proud of her.
And she'll just keep on sipping on that cafecito.
Yeah, serious curious, she'll say. I'm more than willing to wait for you to come up with what you want to say or ask in the way that we need to come across.
He'll think a moment. I think we are all quite clear on the history of what the pure tribes went through. Being a Shadow Lord, I won't even begin to defend what was done to these lands. My tribe was one of the first to wipe out indigenous cultures by the handfuls. Which is why I'm curious as to why there's a sept that would openly have Fenrir, who were some of the main perpetrators of the genocide among the first people, living next side to the Uktena. It strikes me similar to for instance, when one forces himself upon a woman, and she's forced to marry that man in shame when they have a child. What benefit to honor or accordance is being paid? Is it a situation where the Sept genuinely is in accord? Or the Uktena are merely deigning the presence of the Fenrir? I don't know,
And
but that was just what I wondered.
Asir will nod. We get those questions a lot.
Out of character, just to make sure, Camden was asking pretty much in the context of this set, not Unbroken Accord.
No, Unbroken Accord.
Oh, he was asking.
Basically, to be clear, out of game, what he's saying is Unbroken Accord actually a situation where the two tribes are in accordance, or are the Get essentially ruling over the Sept, saying that they're like in accord with the Uktena, who are basically oppressed?
Okay, my bad. I thought you were talking about here.
No. He's talking about Unbroken Accord.
My bad.
Asir he'll nod, and he seems to actually soften his demeanor. We get those questions a lot. The leaders of the Sept have worked many, many years together to maintain a balance and harmony between the tribes and keep down animosities that would exist on other Septs. Neither claims rule over the other. It is truly an equal relationship between the tribes. Our goal has been to show that old wounds can be healed if we just get to know each other and work together. The future of the nation is more important. And those of us that reside on the Sept, of course, take full responsibility for what our ancestors did to them. And Asir is being very sincere.
Camden himself will soften a little bit.
Before destroyed in the hurricane, I was in line to become leadership of the Sept. I chose not to stay because I lost my entire pack in the hurricane. And he closes his eyes and takes a breath. And I heard that Jesse needed help with the situation with him and Nick's daughter, so I came to help and stay. And he'll look back up to Camden with some tears in his eyes. I'm hoping that I can bring some of what we believe and practice at Unbroken Accord to the Sept.
Camden will. Asir can definitely see a softening in him. Kind of a little bit of a. He's kind of calming down his salt a little bit.
Asir just sits back and sips his coffee, letting everybody kind of chew on what he just said.
He'll look to Brat.
Brad's just kind of soaking in all this knowledge. This is like the best kind of information from the like word of people, from the actual mouths. It's like first-hand cheese, man, but not really. Just kind of continue to eat slow. Wait, continue to sip her cafecito slowly, soak in the information. She'll kind of say what she meant when Hands of a Seer had mentioned losing his pack, because she doesn't understand pack fully yet, but she does know that they're like your tightest kind of group. Like these are the people that you share like life or death situations with. This is, you know, these are your people in a sense. And to lose that, she imagines would be horrible. So she's kind of sad on that part.
I can understand wanting to come here for a fresh start. As I said to Brad, I had old blood that I had to get away from. My homestead. I was a strong contender for the next in line to leadership, which I don't wish. Especially with old bones I have hanging on me.
From what I've seen,
We all have our skeletons.
He'll look at Brad.
from what I've seen of this South with Yessie and everyone here, they're pretty welcoming, and when shit does come to play, they do their best to handle it. If there are issues, they make sure that they're swift about it. So this place is probably a great place for a good start. You know, a fresh start to get away from, you know, whatever's you need to get away from and need new space. Plus, it's literally on the other side of the country, I'm guessing, from you guys. So can't get much further than that, right?
Hold on.
They've got good people here, even if I did think this place was a cult for a little while. I kind of murmur that lowly.
I had a very bad run-in with Silverfangs, militant Silverfangs, that left me with a situation in my past. Most would deem unfortunate, but also easy to judge. I need to come to I needed to come someplace where there was less, where there was more compassion.
Well, from what I understand, Camden, if you've had you are not the first person to come to the Sept after having a negative experience with the Silverfangs, so I think you'll find a lot of what you seek here. God, like half the characters hate Silverfangs.
Fortunately, this was quite some time ago. I was forced to kill my daughter.
Oh, shit.
Asir looks at him and actually looks a little bit concerned at that.
I was mated with a Silverfang cat. Very beautiful woman, Liliana. And we married. I loved her. She was the reason my claws swung. And she became pregnant with our child. And about halfway through her pregnancy, she changed. Mind you, she was the Elder. Theurge's daughter. So, the fact that this was overlooked was monumental. There were cries of sabotage, paranoia, all manner of... He'll shake his head. Someone said that they had known she was a Garu, and it was... He'll just shake his head. Either way, the blame was placed on us. And
Sure.
our punishment was that I had to kill her.
That's, I mean no disrespect, but that's some really fucked up shit.
It's what caused my grandfather to take the sept.
Asir looks very by that, and he just simply says, "That's Silver Fangs for you."
Do you know what the worst part was? Do you know what her deformity was?
Probably something simple.
She just had a little twisted foot. Something that honestly could have been
Seriously.
fixed.
His head.
My wife died shortly thereafter. She didn't make it out of cubhood. I buried them together.
This is why Asir will say under his breath if anyone would like to roll to hear they can. He'll just say this is why the first law of the litany needs to go away.
Oh, definitely. Let me get. Dice roller we're using, guys.
You only need
Let
one.
him
Can I call automatic success with my 8,000 million dice?
Man. You have fucking
you.
No.
a bunch of dice for perception alertness. It's fine.
I'm gonna need that for Plunchstone. Definitely gonna need that for Plunchstone. Oh, do we not have a roll thread?
No, you can just whichever one you want. It's fine.
Which one are we using?
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. Just pick one.
I was just gonna put it in one.
Okay.
Okay, put it in one.
I'd like to apologize in advance because I don't know the name of this scene.
New guy who did.
Me and Silver Motherfuckers is a good one too.
Yep.
I'm just gonna roll a perception.
New Garrett, who dis?
New guy who did.
Even better. You got that.
Brat heard it.
Brat heard it.
Boom! Sierra heard it. That's what she needs.
Yep, everybody heard it.
I think everybody collectively just looks at him now.
And Brat just kind of gives a stiff nod and drinks her coffee.
I'm positive Jesse would agree with you. Looking at Hannibase here.
I know he does. He and I have had long discussions about it.
Very late into the night, I assume.
He gives a little bit of a smile and a nod.
Again, I'm sorry, that was fucking catty.
Catty as fuck.
I'm sorry.
But,
What was it, Camden said?
Very late into the night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no, in fucking California, it ain't even 8 o'clock when we get into these topics.
I'm glad that went over everybody's head. That's great.
I actually do very well. Everyone's just very quiet.
With
Yes, Asir had said that he and Jesse had long conversations about the litany, and Camden said very late into the night. I see.
Brat just kind of
Confirm or
shrugs.
deny that.
She's just like Brat shrugs. She figures Jesse has had many friends over the years that he has long talks with.
Oh yeah, they're very good friends. Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm. She will take this information with a grain of salt. Be like, no, they're just good friends. There are things she doesn't want to ask questions about. Brett's good with not knowing some things. A layer of mystique should be held between Cub and dead uncle. She's fine with keeping that layer of mystique still.
I'll sip his coffee.
So will Asir.
Yeah. The look Camden is giving him is priceless.
Hold on. There's so much that isn't being said right now.
Right? Jesus.
All the subtlety.
I mean, Asir has a fuck ton of dice for Peony, so
Very, very high political characters in the same scene. So much isn't said. Not one word gets said, and yet these two are ready to fucking salt each other's earths.
Apparently.
Yeah, no, does Sierra even need a roll to see that tension? Because like that was a shot. That was a real shot. I was like, what?
Brat's just happy that her coffee is mostly liquid sugar. She needs some little sweet for this kind of bitter tension. She's like, nah, this salt is too real. This gives me a nice.
You know what? I'm rolling Asir's Peony because fuck that. Yeah, what does he get with 6 successes? It's actually 8 because of specialty. So.
What he knows. What he know that no one else knows.
Docs, of course he's good at reading people. Oh, okay. Okay. He'll give kind of a knowing nod to Camden, like, okay, this is fine. I can do this. Not a problem.
You know what? Instead of eating popcorn, you know what I'm gonna say Sierra's been eating since you walked in?
Salt, pure salt, straight from the can.
No. And this is gonna be rather fitting. A raw piece of pork tenderloin. Brett knows that Sierra is a strict carnivore, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why she only pointed to the bacon at her.
Yep. Which she did go ahead and partake in.
It's good bacon.
Wait a minute, I need to roll Sierra's dex right quick.
Ow.
No, hold on. This may get bad. Nope, she didn't accidentally smack her lips while eating the pork tenderloin. She is eating it silently.
So, anyway, Syria, what business are you in?
Right now, retired. Before, I was a corporate lawyer specializing in fraud management.
This seems so fitting.
He actually chuckles at that.
Oh shit, sorry, Ray. But like, no, I can see that.
He just smiles and nods.
Destroying one person trying to get away with fraud after another and after another, and all before coffee break.
Indeed.
So,
What about you, Camden?
I'm a private investigator.
Oh my. Seems very fitting for a Shadow Lord.
I specialize in overflow from police department.
So you take on what they can't get to.
I also take on cases that are considered X-Files.
I see. He'll nod.
Brett's just gonna kind of pout and look at Sierra and just kind of like look a little pathetic. And I'm just a simple mechanic with this shit.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that.
And it's just real cool jobs, and I'm really just a mechanic.
Yes, and if my SUV didn't start tomorrow morning, I promise you, you would be the most important person in my world.
I guess. And I still need to find some engines to work on here when I'm bored. 'Cause, like, getting it.
Oh, sure that we can arrange that. No problem.
Yes.
Shrug and say you can tinker on my SUV when you want.
How I miss getting all nice and greasy from machine oil. She'll just kind of like wistfully look away as she's like eating her eggs slowly, just imagining all the mechanics of it.
Raymond, how impulsive is Sierra? God damn it. God damn it. Bryce, would it be too odd of me to say that I think that me and Brad are caught in the middle of something that oh, I feel like there's a lot more being said here than what's actually being said, Bryce. Would I be incorrect in that?
I am not a Raya Sierra, but I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of not talk going on. I mean,
There-
from a former investigator, like current investigator, and a former corporate lawyer.
Asir is going to smile at the both of them and say, there are always going to be unspoken things said between Tugaru, especially ones higher ranked. The older you get, the more experience you get, the more you know. You'll find that out.
You know, normally when someone says the more you know, there's like a rainbow. With that there was no rainbow. It was just chill. Did you feel that, Sierra? I feel that.
No. I'll definitely take your word on it though, Raya. Nods. A small bite of a pork tenderloin.
Holds the big cafecito cup closer to her to gain the warmth.
Oh, also offers Brad a piece of her pork tenderloin.
Brett has her potatoes. She's happy. Papas are the way to her heart.
Fair. No pun intended, Raya. Oh, okay.
I never cease to be impressed with the tenacity the Finner have of coming in and claiming what's theirs.
He furrows his brow at that. What do you mean by that?
Brett's just gonna add
Just
more
shrug.
food to her plate.
You know what's something I admire. Then you know how to take it. Be damned as to the subtle consequences. I'm not saying it is a bad thing. I admire such strength.
Brett's taking some food with her and be like, these are leftovers. We should put them away.
The tension in the room just got a lot thicker.
You like the way you put that, Lindsay?
Oh God, yes, you motherfucker.
It's a subtle
Clearing the table.
Fuck yeah. Check.
Well, he'll just look at Camden and he'll say, and I also admire the skill of the Shadow Lords to come in and discreetly take something that doesn't belong to them.
Oh my.
Sarah, can you get the coffee pot that's over there? Yeah, right there. Can you just empty that out in the
Yeah, there we go.
You know,
Yeah,
when they
that's
sit?
it. That is
Yeah,
it.
very-
Yeah,
Very resourceful.
he'll look down.
When the
He'll look
coffee
back up
sis
and
is
he'll
just
say,
so disgusting.
I didn't know that people belong to people in this sept.
Say people. He shrugs his shoulders.
You know, Sarah, today seems like a nice day to have the rest of breakfast out on the porch. But just remember, remind me later, Sierra, whoever makes a mess in the kitchen has to clean it up.
I think I can go ahead and cover it. Just gonna take our food over to the porch, give the Ryas their much needed space. By the way, Lindsay, you spend a gnosis to activate heightened senses so I can keep hearing the conversation.
Oh shit! You go right ahead and do that. Yes, you're gonna get some juicy information in a moment.
Damn it, Brad doesn't know how to do shit yet.
That's all right. I'm sure Sierra will keep her apprised of the information she feels she needs to know.
Oh yeah, Brad enjoys cheese mess. She made food. She better get something in return. And then they're gonna clean some part of the kitchen. And Brad will reiterate, mess in kitchen, someone cleans it up, it's not gonna be me. And walks away with Sierra. And she'll mutter to Sierra, I swear to God, if they've messed up the kitchen and no one cleans it, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna yell at somebody. It's gonna be yes. I'm gonna yell at Yesy.
You know that's probably gonna happen, right?
I am not cleaning that fucking kitchen. I cooked. I cooked, damn it. I made breakfast. If they do not respect the breakfast that is made, then no one eats breakfast, but I'm not cleaning that shit. I made some dango breakfast too.
So as the two of them are just kind of staring at each other, like, oh, you bitch. Both of them. Very certain. They wait for the two young Garu to leave.
Johnny, please look at your PMs.
I am.
Did Brat message Jesse? Is that what happened?
Brat has been messaging Yessie and he hasn't been answering back.
Because he's been on Space Mountain.
That's right.
No,
Nah, Camden, the minute that they're out, will stand up.
So we'll see her.
Sierra, who hears a rumble and produces guys breath, ready for use.
Sarah will look up at Camden, not phased by his 5 inches that he has on him.
Are we talking horizontally or vertically?
Well, I mean, Probably both.
No, idiot.
However, this would be vertically. Do you have a problem?
Yeah, I have a problem.
And what is it?
You know, I really don't appreciate somebody using a woman to get what they want. Very much like your lover.
Brad's gonna look at Sierra. What?
Hang on. Can you say that one more time, Johnny? I didn't quite catch it.
He said, I don't appreciate people who use women very much like your lover.
He looks at him. What are you talking about?
You know damn well what I'm talking about.
You think that Jesse uses her?
I think Jesse doesn't know what he wants. He just wants to be loved, liked, appreciated. Who doesn't? But the problem is that he'll pull other people down to get there.
Yo, he lucky Brett can't hear this.
That man is completely torn up by the guilt he feels over not being able to give her everything she needs.
Oh, yeah, I'm positive he is. See, why didn't that come up, before he impregnated her and left her at the whims of whoever happens to be leading this sept when their child comes? Why did she even need to find somebody else in the first place?
She knew what she was getting into. She knew that he was a gay man. She knew that. She accepted it.
Of course she did. And of course you're going to say whatever you need to assuage your guilt on coming into this situation yourself.
He kind of tightens his jaw. I did not force my way into this situation.
I didn't say you forced yourself into it, no, did I? I said you came into it.
Jesse and I have history.
Not just when you have history. You know what history means? Nothing. You don't have a life together, you don't have memories, and everything that he was going to build with her, that she pinned her hopes up on, her dreams. I watched leave her eyes, in part because of you. So you know what? If I gotta be the bigger man here and take care of her, fine, I will. But it's a hell of a thing. A hell of a thing for a man. To bring a child into this world with a woman and not even wait until that child is born before he drops the ball. Especially in the circumstances we're in. That's just classless. Who the hell does this Clea think he is?
That is a conversation that you should have with him.
Everything I heard about him is he'll twist every word he has to hear exactly what you want to hear. I'm a Shadow Lord. I'm very aware of that tactic.
And I am an Athrophylodox. I can discern what he's saying. I'm very good at it. And you've been here, what, 3 days? I really don't appreciate you coming in here and acting like you know everything about the situation that's going on. It is difficult for everybody.
And no one sees that as enough a testament to the problem that was created. He'll shake his head.
I planned to come here and help get their daughter back. That is what I intend to do. What happened? It's not just with Jesse either. It's with Nick too.
Oh, so you're a homewrecker on top of it.
No. I was being with both of them a homewrecker.
He'll shake his head. You know, you're right. I've only been here for 3 days. What do I know? I'm sorry, Elder. Maybe I misunderstood the situation. Maybe the way things didn't turn out is that she basically was wooed by somebody who promised her the world, knocked her up, and then dropped her on her ass because, oh, he's gay. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong.
I'm not saying that he's blameless at all. Because, yes, that is exactly how it looks.
Well, have you ever thought that maybe that's how it is?
He'll shrug.
Hey, but as long as you get what you want, right?
I thought that if I thought that me not being with Jesse would fix the situation, oh, I'd leave. But it's not that easy. Jesse has to figure out what he wants and stop being so damn impulsive.
He'll smile softly. Good to know. Thank you, Elder.
I'm not saying it wouldn't hurt me to do so, but...
Oh, no. I imagine it. He'll sit down. You can probably get a peony if you want.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna. Three successes.
Damned it to you. I was typing already. A smile.
I do admire the skill of Shadow Lords to want to get what they want. Don't think I don't know exactly what you were doing. But it's the truth. Part of my stepping into his life is to try and provide some damn stability because he's all over the fucking place. And he's gonna get himself fucking killed if he keeps going this way.
What makes you think that that isn't his goal? Have you ever considered for 5 seconds the man just might be suicidal and taking everybody down with him as he does it?
I don't know.
Of course he didn't. That's okay, though.
Jesse already tried to commit suicide once. It was right before he came here. He rage healed, and his mind hasn't been the same since. So, can't answer if he went to Malpheus recently. Maybe it broke him.
He'll tilt his head a little bit. Like that piece of information was valuable.
Didn't know about that, did you?
No.
He and his pack, they went to Malpheus for their totem quest. Uktena needed somebody rescued. Since he came back from there, he hasn't. Something happened to him. Something that triggered something. I don't know what, but
Well, it's a stabilizing force in his life. I assume you should get on that soon, Rhea. What I don't like is that you're right. He's impulsive, and he destabilizes things. And that's the last thing Dazzles needs right now. And if I'm the only one who's going to call out that bullshit, I don't really care.
I know that.
I don't give a red fuck if you know that. You can know something and not be willing to take action or care. I know North Korea is essentially a fucking concentration camp. I know that climate change is real and barreling down our doorstep. I know a lot of things that I'm not doing shit about. So you know that your lover is what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm trying to put this politely. Genuinely, I'm actually not trying to be a dick for once. An unstabilizing force. So all I'm saying is before she feels more pushed out, or before she feels like, I don't know, not even herself necessarily, but other people feel like she got played by a man before their child leaves the ground, or anything like that, Jesse might be a little more concerned with how other people see the people he cares about. It's consideration. It's a basic skill.
Monsieur,
Respectfully, Honored Elder.
don't throw that condescending bullshit at me.
Submission of those in greater station.
You're lucky I haven't thrown it at you.
Completely throwing the litany out the window.
No, we aren't. But don't stand there and pretend like you respect me.
One reason. And unfortunately, mileage does not equal results in my tribe. I'd like to. It would help me if you get your boy in line. So I don't have to hold.
Oh, I'm going to. Don't worry about that. He is not. Like, Asir actually looks like he's upset about this. If you think for a second that he is going to be absolved of any blame in this, you are sorely mistaken. This is his mess.
I'll tilt his head.
Asir he shakes his head and he as soon as he told me he had gotten another Geru pregnant, I wanted to smack him upside the head and shake him and say why. Not because he broke the litany, but because I know him and how he is. How he never finishes anything he starts. He moves from thing to thing that catches his interest. As soon as he's done, drops it, moves on. He's always done that. It's why he spent 10 years as a fucking cub.
Well, I'm curious as to how long it'll be before he does that to you.
I'm hoping not, but see, won't we?
Well, no wonder you didn't care so much if he left you.
I'm hoping that I can get through to him before it's too late. Because I do care about him deeply. I see potential in him that just needs He shakes his head. And whether you believe it or not, I do care about Dazzles in this situation. I care what happens to her and her child. And honestly, from what I've seen of you, you would be good for her. She needs someone who loves and appreciates her for her. The idea of her.
Of us to a commitment with a woman I've just met, especially another Clara. Although I care for her, I don't know if that's going to equal to something long term. Or am I the only one who's working under the assumption that true love isn't actually something that happens at the drop of a hat? No, God, you actually do need to build some sort of intimacy.
No. I am trying here. I really am.
You see, my problem is I don't think you see what my problem is. And that's fine.
Well, why don't you tell me what your problem is?
Oh, I told you it several times, but the problem is I think you don't listen. Your lover is impulsive and foolhardy and hurts someone I'm coming to care about in it. And I don't mind being the bigger man and coming in and picking up the pieces. But I don't like being told by somebody that they need me. No woman should ever have to need a man by her side. Or did everybody forget that my mother's a Black Fury? I think they did. Anyway.
He'll nod.
Well, granted, I'm not trying to use her vulnerabilities against her. But neglect is a hell of a thing. It is certainly Dazzles deserves.
He'll nod.
So, Elder,
I agree with you.
respectfully, get your boy's head screwed on straight.
I will.
I mean, shit, if Fenrir can't get a fucking Clea to fall in line, I don't even know what to say. I'll just shrug like, yeah, fuck at that point. And I'm sorry to put this so harshly. I thought you could handle it.
He smirks. What
Going
makes you think I can't?
I'll shrug.
This is not the first time, nor will it be the last, that somebody has spoken harshly to me about a situation. I'm a Philodox. What I do.
He'll kind of give him a once up and down.
He looks like he's contemplating, but he also looks upset. Like,
yeah, he'll just tilt his head and he says, I think you understand where I'm coming from.
he'll nod. I do. I think we're both on the same side here.
Same side and same page. If you don't like what I'm saying, maybe somebody should have considered how it's looked at. Hell, I agree with what happened. I support the decision for this child having been conceived. I'm with you 100% on it. I think that the laws need to change. What I don't agree with is Jesse impregnating a woman, leading her on, making her feel pushed out, and then leaving me to pick it up. Fuck him. Now, maybe he can do something to change it. I don't know. I don't know the man. You do. Apparently you've done it for 20 years. But can you see where my problem is coming from?
Yes, of course.
I literally don't give a shit what his excuse for a motivation is.
Well, if words don't work, there's always the old-fashioned Fenrir way.
I'll shrug. You know what? How you handle your own home is not my business, as long as it gets handled. I want to believe he's a good man. And that he's going to follow through. And that all these wonderful things people say about him are just not aggrandized tales of someone with a bombastic charisma. I want to believe all these things. But you know what's real to me? Her tears. Those are real. I'll stand. He'll tip his hand at him. He'll put a finger up to his forehead and tip his hands. I need to see the rest of the set. I said I was going to get out a bit today. By your leave, Elder.
Sure. I'll stand up and lead Camden out.
He'll step out.
This is good bacon.
Brat has her mouth full of the potatoes and she's nodding. Where's that? I tried twisting a little bit of the cayenne pepper and I did a little bit of maple syrup to help with it. I kind of and she'll turn and she'll see the two. Breakfast.
Oh,
Kim-
hello, Ryan.
Cam just walked past after giving the both of them a nod, like a polite nod.
Okay.
Have a good day, Raya.
Good day.
Asir's gonna let Camden get a little ways away before he turns to the both of them. And he'll say, I'm not stupid. I know you heard everything.
Shifty eyes.
Continues to eat potatoes. Is the kitchen clean still? Because I can't really cook with broken pottery.
I would recommend checking on the den mother. And then he'll turn and walk away.
I mean,
Understood, Ryan.
for her too.
Thank you for the advice,
Have a
Ryan.
good day, Raya. Brat's gonna look at Sierra. All right, I'm gonna check on the cocina first because I swear to God, there is one fork bent. Yes, he is hearing me.
You gonna hear me later. But let's go check out the kitchen. Also, there's something I need to say.
Okay, but in the kitchen, let's go. And some people have big ears, apparently, as was hinted at by somebody.
Yep. We're gonna get in. We're gonna close the door. Make sure the Camden and Hand of Asir aren't around.
Turn on the dishwasher. As she cleans, of course. Being a productive little Garu as she's cleaning her space.
Tired of these motherfuckers doing their goddamn Days of Our Life bullshit.
Listen, all I know is that it's kind of impractical for warriors to get knocked up. That's it. That's all I think of this situation. But in this case, the person who is knocked up is not a warrior. Well, not currently. She is currently helping out elsewhere. If she wants to be called up to fight, by all means. But I think it's a little impractical. I don't care how fucking bulletproof or tall we get. Shit's sensitive. You sneeze wrong, you gotta get an egg and do the whole thing.
Yeah. Look.
But is there...
Go ahead and finish.
Even though I think it's impractical, is their choice. If they want to do this, then that's what they want to do. I don't think Yessi would force the situation on Dazzles, because that just wouldn't be Yessi. He would be dead. So there wouldn't be much of an issue anymore. He would just be fucking dead. And if Dazzles agreed to this, then they agreed. If maybe some things are going on and they're second thoughts, second guesses, then we will be there to help, I guess, to support. I mean, he's your pack mate. He's my then uncle. She is my then madre. I want to do my best to help them. And I will do my best to do so. And we will do our best. And if these weird Rayas from the other places are trying to help too, but in their own ways, great. Let's just make sure they don't do anything that could potentially take away the agency of our friends.
Exactly. It's the main thing I'm worried about here.
What exactly is the Fenris way? Because,
whooping his ass.
You say, but is it regular whooping his ass, or is it big whooping his ass? And I say big with a capital B.
Sure.
What show?
Yeah, remember that scene where Levi beat the shit out of Aaron in front of the whole court?
No, actually.
There was a scene that happened. Aaron got chained up. Oh, by the way, out of character, everyone, these are spoilers for Attack on Titan. It's season 1, but still.
I've seen it. It's fine. It's okay.
Brat's not a weeb. Brat's
Yeah.
not a
Oh,
weeb.
you're
She
not?
doesn't know anything.
Um,
She only knows certain things.
that's fair. But
Catholic orphanage.
In the scene, I'm sorry.
Bring
I
us
had
like a
to
soap opera.
stop the scene. I had to stop the scene, guys. Sorry.
Oh, okay.